When we think of Hawaii, we think of vacation, right? Excursions and opportunities to lay out in the sun, have mixed drinks, and just chill. Well, back in 2021, my family and I went to Hawaii, and we did just that. It was amazing. But God smacked me right there in the middle and told me that I would be bringing women back to Hawaii to have a very similar experience, to encounter him in his presence. And honestly, I was like, what? I'm leaving California with a bunch of women going to Hawaii? That's kind of weird. I was not in the habit of traveling with women. And so I trusted God. I came back from our vacation and I just opened this up to about 15 women that were the closest circle of sphere of influence, I guess you could say. And I let them know this is what God told me and this is the journey. And that's when Krysalis was born. And in case you don't know, Krysalis is a butterfly coming out in the cocoon, a caterpillar in the cocoon before it becomes a butterfly. And this was about transformation. This was about having an encounter with God that was so specific to where each woman was at in their lives, that God would just break them at that mountaintop and they would release and come back someone new. So that's what God told me. And so for that time, almost a year in the making, we took time to pray every single week together and set expectations of meeting God at the mountaintop. The beauty of this thing is that I don't have any relationships in Hawaii. And God told me to go to the main island. So it was like the least tourist place to go. And God and I went on this journey of finding different places and different experiences to offer the women and different topics to discuss. Well, let's just fast forward real fast to the trip. We all show up at an airport and we kind of invaded LAX. They didn't even know what happened to them, right? They have all these women, a 12-year-old boy and a random man ready to board a plane and set off to this new adventure. Our excitement and expectation ignited a fire in every single person that we encountered before we even left LA. It was like so mind-blowing. By the time we get to Hawaii, we're all like on Jesus steroids. You know, we're super excited. So we're starving now. We go to Costco, we're buying pizzas and we're eating, we're having fun. And we had an extra pizza because God does what God does. He multiplies things. And so we had an extra pizza and we wound up blessing this woman who happened to be a single mom. And this is how we started our trip. Every single day, God unraveled us. God met us in our gaps, in our holes, in the empty spaces and filled them. And then we were overflowing with his love, his passion, and his grace and his mercy every single day. And as we ended the trip, I remember being at this one park and I just stood there and said to the women, who wants to dream with me? Let's dream. And we dreamt of what God is calling us to do for the next 5 years. Can you believe it? For 5 years? It's called Grace for Generations. It's open to both men and women. And it's a moment for you to encounter God personally and collectively. Doesn't matter where you are on your journey. Doesn't matter if you're even a full believer in Christ. You just need to know that there's something bigger than you and allow yourself to be open. So much more to come.